Hello, it's me, and
And me.
and yes, that's true. It is not.
I'm Cat.
It is not a lie. We made this in quotes,
Uh-huh. You made this, mainly. This one. I'm not in this one.
and by I made it, cat means an AI I
Somebody
programmed.
else
Yeah,
did it. Blame someone else for this.
blames. In an old commentary track, I had a funny thing I liked to say where I'm the creator of BloodThing until further notice.
Yeah. That's why you're getting me involved in this. Is because you want to pawn this off on me.
If you own enough shares in the company, then then you're legally responsible.
Uh-huh.
So
You're just waiting for the shareholders to to oust you out of the company.
yeah,
Corporate takeover. We need to find a new guy.
yeah. Uh,
I'm thinking maybe the Tommy Tallarico guy.
no, people instead of trying to take shares of our company, they're giving us shares of their company to that doesn't work. Never mind. That joke doesn't
No, that
work.
doesn't work. So, commentary.
Uh,
We're about to do a comment.
we're part of the commentary community.
I'm
It's
wearing a hat with headphones
it,
like I am.
we're bringing it back, baby.
So, yeah, I guess you should start by telling everybody about what this is. This episode. Jump
Yeah,
ahead.
we're doing the shorter episodes of BloodThing.
Well, if we're going at this rate, they'll probably be
Mm.
a whole lot
Thank
longer.
God for
But
timestamps. Thank God
yeah,
for for chapters. No one's
uh,
gonna watch this
well,
anyway.
I guess this is fine that we're taking this long since it's all going to be one video.
Yeah.
It won't be like we're wasting everyone's time
Mm.
as much. We're figuring this out on the fly. It's fine.
You see, one of us knows all the information, is very introverted, and then the other one of us is very confident and isn't like the main person who knows all the information. So this is completely lopsided in a way which
I
doesn't
think that's a good dynamic.
facilitate conversation well. Hopefully, we'll see. I don't know if this is important to point out up front. Is that you didn't come in until much later in the show, like halfway
Yeah,
through
when is
these.
this?
Yeah, you don't
This was posted.
you weren't even a
Does
feet
it say when?
you weren't even a sperm when this episode came out.
Hmm. And look at me now. I am a sperm.
I don't want to be alone. that's why you're here.
Uh-huh. Well, yeah, I understand that. And I wouldn't do this. Well, why the fuck would I do this alone? I didn't make this.
Yeah.
Um,
Wait, you're doing a lot. You would
it's
do a
a
lot.
reaction.
Yeah.
It's my reaction,
Yeah.
sitting in the corner quietly.
You
Eating
reacting
chips.
on live stream to this
Uh-huh.
live
Live
commentary
stream.
on your
Live
on your
commentary.
on your iconic 7 p.m. live stream.
Right. My face is in the corner and I eat chips and I watch BloodThing.
And then you talk about the single-celled organism arguments I'm making in the show.
Yeah, well, you're obviously some kind of dummy lib boy. To be on topic, when is this a first episode from? When is
The year
that?
of YouTube doesn't say what year things came out anymore.
Yeah, it doesn't show me anymore. um
But luckily, I wrote it down in the description at the very bottom. 12/24/2018 at 9:30 p.m.
so what was it like back at 9 p.m.?
It was bad, and we can talk about that, I suppose, when we.
I guess that's a good segue. I'm ready.
Okay.
we, we're not using screen share, we're just playing this at the same time because we're amateur.
Yeah, I'm definitely
um
gonna edit this part out.
mm-hmm.
Okay.
Hmm.
Now, you see, since this was made in the 1980s, 4:3 was the only aspect ratio that was commercially available at the time.
You couldn't afford CinemaScope.
So, what's your impression of what's going on here?
Oh, it's depressing is what it is.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's sad.
So,
I like the backgrounds.
thank. So the background, I drew most of the panels myself there, and then in the outline, except for like the center, and then Tritney did all the detailing of the wood. The plan was always to do these kinds of things, like shorter form things in between episodes, but I never really had all the actors around to do that, so this was the only one for a very long time.
Yeah. Yeah. It's interesting. I do. Yeah, it looks nice, and it's painful in the right way. Um, and then the little the little not a twist, the little jump. It's not a jump scare either. What the fuck am I talking about? The happy high suicide rate month thing. It kind of makes me laugh. Um, I don't know if that's. I hope that it's supposed to.
Yeah, yeah, it's supposed to. Oh,
Yeah,
I didn't
we
write this.
started.
I'd
It's like,
forgotten
oh
about
no.
this. I record. So the way I recorded this was I was actually on the other side of my door, and I was banging on the door. Sometimes it helps to like record things in their authentic environment to get the
I
best
imagine.
sound. In The Simpsons, when they do megaphones, they actually bring a megaphone into the recording studio. Uh, Stuff like that.
That's interesting. Well, and I imagine that it would make you perform a lot more authentically,
Yeah,
and it would. I don't know. It's almost like in live action at that point.
yeah.
You can pretend better that way.
This one was made while my computer was in the shop. I don't remember the exact details of what happened off the top of my head. I must have repressed it because it was horrible, but it was just awful. It was just awful. But the advantages to working analog is that you can continue working on things while uh, electronics are unavailable. So me and Tritney were like working on the backgrounds for this while my computer was in the shop. So I suppose that's the story.
Yeah, I'm glad. Yeah, I guess it is a lot better that way.
Oh, there's a little thing that that you might notice where BloodThing says I'm the guy. But he doesn't say pizza because they don't have pizza, so I just kind of mumbled something, and in the closed captions, I also kind of just had it like unintelligible. I think is what it might say in the
I'm gonna
brackets. I don't
run that back.
know. I'm the pizza guy. I give you food, and I couldn't think of
Yeah, he does say that.
I couldn't think of
I'm
the I couldn't think of a good fake food name, and I probably
the Iceman. I don't know.
I'm
They could have ice.
yeah, the
There's an
milkman,
option.
the Eggman,
The
like
milk.
in John Waters' Divine, the thing with Divine. I don't remember what it's called. Pink
Uh,
flamingos.
Pink Flamingo. Yeah,
Where's the Eggman? I'm
The
starving to
Simpsons.
death over here.
The Eggman. Yeah, there's a big influence on the Sonic team.
On the Sonic community, what do you say?
On the Sonic team.
Oh yeah, is it? I don't know about this.
No. Um,
Oh, I thought you were gonna say it was a.
we're always like this.
We're always like this. Just to point it out because it's nearly invisible. The in the bottom corner near the hamper is a. It's supposed to be like a 2 liter of cheese cola. Like there was like a cheese
He's
cola
cola.
thing in the previous episode, and but I hadn't really figured out how to have a silhouetted object where you can still see it. So it's kind of just you can only really see the label. You can't see much else of it. I figured that out eventually.
Yeah.
There's like this weird gray area on the poster that's not supposed to be there.
Oh, I didn't even notice that.
This is the only episode I've made entirely in Power Director 17 because 14 I wasn't able to. Oh god, that's a whole story.
Oh God.
Power Director 14 is better in a lot of ways than 17, but I didn't have the original install file. So when I make this one, I had to get the newest version. I thought, oh, get the newest version. That'll be easiest. But it's missing a lot of the important features, and like certain things that weren't supposed to be on screen when I cropped them were still there. It was just a terrible. Now but
It
it has
sucks.
it has some advantages maybe. So what I do now is I've actually bought both versions. I had to actually go back on the website and buy a 7-year out of date version of Power Director because it was the one that I
Uh,
used that was better.
Funny how technology isn't a straight line sometimes.
Yeah.
Especially since they make most things horrible on purpose. So because it's because we live in a fucking nightmare world. But yeah. So you said you did design that poster there?
Yes, actually, I
Posters.
designed all of them. I think. I don't think Tritney helped with any of that. The challenge with like designing stuff like that for BloodThing is that like translating it into the alien text is a huge pain in the ass. So I don't always use it. I guess what I try to do is find like non-human specific symbology that I can just like use, like an arrow or whatever, or a box or like cheese, which is very difficult to do sometimes. Anything like removed from all human cultural contexts is what I'm trying to do. Obviously, it's impossible. I'm not J.R.R. Tolkien. I haven't.
Why are they talking English?
There was going to be an explanation for that. So, in the original series, like in the pilot, the explanation would be that the show is like we're just seeing like a reality show like version of like an alien world, and their language was 98% similar to ours, but some words were different. So that's why like in the pilot there was like stuff like instead of no clue he says not even a fingerprint. There might have been some other things but it always turned out cringy because I'm not necessarily the best at that type of thing. Unfortunately, I didn't have to do this, but I put myself in a position where I had to be talented at everything in order to do this perfectly, which is why a lot of things don't turn out right. I could have either had like a team of people do this, like everyone do world building for like every single element of it, like a huge group of people, which I obviously didn't have resources to, or I could have spent a decade like developing it, like a Lord of the Rings. I didn't do either.
Or a psychopath, like a lunatic would do. Yeah, I do really like the way that poster looks.
Thank you.
It almost reminds me of like the writing in Splatoon.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, that's not the alien language that's used commonly in the show. It's just gibberish.
Wait, so you have like a set of like specific symbols you use?
Yes.
Like, I don't think you made a specific like an actual full language. Obviously, I feel like I would have known if you did.
Kitten. Yeah, me and Kitten.
Or whatever.
Oh my god, we've been recording this for 17 minutes.
Yes, 17 minutes.
Fantastic. I set her to work on like developing like an alien alphabet for the series, and then I changed some of her letters around, but it's mostly her. Over there, the red poster, it's intelligible because of that black, the gray like glitch covering up all the text, but there is alien text there, and that's like an alphabet that we developed. It's a little bit longer than the English alphabet, like it's like 28 letters. There's a couple of like TH and CK are like a unique letter, like the th sound and the k and the CK sound. It was inspired by like Futurama. Like in Futurama, they have two alien languages, one that's like easy to decode, and one that's a fucking stupid math nightmare to troll people. Because every single person on the Futurama team has multiple PhDs or something.
God. You're talking about the red poster, the like one to the right of the black one.
Yeah, very very faintly. There's like a black box you see over in the right corner.
Oh yeah.
And then above that there are like little scribblings. I hope you can see that.
I can't make that out at all. Yeah.
Yeah.
I just now noticed it.
It was. Yeah, if that like gray shadow wasn't there, it would be completely legible. That was a Power Director 17 glitch, which is why I don't primarily use it for episodes anymore.
Yeah, are you still? What are you using now? Are you still using 14?
Yes, I'm still using 14.
Incredible.
It's
straight up.
Basically, every day is a struggle, and it's extremely obtuse and glitchy. But I can do literally anything I want to do if I have enough patience, which is something that no other editor I've had had the capability of doing. Primarily, probably because I don't spend $500 to $1,000 on like editing software. Like, this is like this. Yeah, I'm using the stuff that I used when I was in high school, because we're not rich.
Yeah.
They weren't going to buy.
You might check out Lightworks. You might check out Lightworks. I haven't used it, but it looks good. I have it downloaded for if I ever need to.
All right. I assume though that it might not be the best for anyone who doesn't know. Sometimes these episodes will have like 50 layers of like animation and assets in it. Uh, uh,
Yeah.
yeah,
Hmm.
managing that
I
is a
guess I don't know.
nightmare. Uh,
It's worth looking into at least, I guess.
yeah, thank you, thank you
Yeah,
for
no problem.
being helpful. I guess is there anything else to comment on in this one image?
Um,
This is just an image.
it's a nice image.
uh,
I'd hang it on my wall.
hopefully this isn't like a talking.
Sell posters of it.
This is one of the only episodes I could do with other characters when no actors were around because Eston didn't have it. Because I was in between voice actors for Eston, and this didn't require him to speak. So
Yeah.
and that's why a lot of times, unfortunately, a lot of times it's BloodThing on his own when
hmm
when I'm not able to get anyone around. I've been talking a lot. Is there anything you'd like to say?
Um, I can't think of much else. Yeah, this is very yeah. It's depressing, but obviously there's the you succeeded in being depressing.
I'm
So that this music, it's use this music for this gag. It sounds like well, it sounds kind of like Hanukkah, like a Jewish. Did you put that? You have anything like against the people of that
oh
faith?
wait.
That way?
No. I wanted this to. This is all of the holiday specials are supposed to be. Well, first, yeah, all of the holiday specials are supposed to be like non-denominational, like because they're not celebrating Christmas here. They're celebrating. Well, they're not
Like
even necessarily celebrating anything. It's these episodes are like. So, I don't like the idea. I don't like it in animated shows or whatever fictional shows where they basically create a holiday that is just Christmas or is just Halloween. I really don't like that. I don't like the Kanishmas episode of Chowder or the whatever it was on Flapjack, the Low Tides Day, I believe, where it's just like it's just Christmas with the serial numbers filed off. I think that's kind of
Life Day,
yeah,
basically like
Life Day. Yeah, it's bit. Life Day at least is a little bit more creative. They don't have a holiday. Do they have a tree in Life Day? Actually, I'm not sure.
I don't remember.
But yeah,
They wear robes and chant things.
yeah, that's it. That's fine. I think
A
that's
time of peace,
fine.
a time.
I grew up with the holiday specials. I mean, like this is just LARPing. All this is LARPing, and I want to be a real TV show that has holiday specials that people watch during the holidays. So when you make a
Yeah.
BloodThing holiday special, that you're in this sort of like I'm in this sort of rock and a hard place where I either have to evoke the imagery of Christmas without it being a holiday, or come up with an fictional in-universe holiday, which is very very difficult because the show tends to have a like cynical view on most uh, things, and it's very hard to be cynical about a holiday that doesn't exist. That's my writing problem when trying to write an actual like Christmas episode, is that I could just do the Chowder thing of like it's shmish shmish shmish, but I don't want to do that. So
Yeah.
if I put in the work of trying to create a new holiday, I just can't get out of my own ass in terms of I'm like I can't just have the characters be happy and celebrate a holiday. It has to be like it has to be like
Miserable.
about
They have to be miserable.
yeah. It has to be about how the holidays are commercialized or sad, or the original idea is perverted, or it's just lonely, and it's hard to be that cynical about something that you made up.
Yeah.
It would be a lot of, I think for that I would need somebody else to come up with the holiday, just so I can have my brain not be involved at all, so that someone can actually be so that something creative can actually happen, and then I can do the other stuff on top of that when it's done.
Yeah. I think you did a great job, especially with the limits you put on yourself.
Thank you. Um, one
And
thing.
it's a nice message.
Oh, thank you.
It's
Oh,
darkly funny in a way that is also nice.
oh, thank you. Um, yeah, I guess one thing I wanted to say about the Jewish music is to be inclusive. Like the colors that it says Happy High Suicide Rate Month.
Oh, red and green. That's like a Rasta thing or something, right?
Yeah,
I okay.
I did Christmas, Kwanzaa, and Hanukkah. I tried to find colors that represented all of them. So each color scheme that it flashes, was my attempt to sort of approximate what the colors are. Maybe I don't know. Maybe that was dumb of me to do. I thought that maybe like there aren't official colors for this holiday, and I was an idiot. I don't know.
Well, I don't know. At least there's certain iconography that's in the merchandise and stuff. The Hanukkah stuff is blue and white because like Star of
Yeah.
David and blue and white, and yeah, the other one, the Kwanzaa. Yeah, I know what it is. It's called. Totally know about Kwanzaa. Definitely. I think red and I don't know much about that, but red and green is I guess a good choice. Wait, red and green's already Christmas
Red
though.
and green's already Christmas. I think the other color scheme was Kwanzaa, unless I made a
Oh,
mistake. Let me check.
did I fuck this up?
Oh, it's black, red, and green. Unfortunately, I think were the
Oh,
called
black,
like
red, and green.
yeah.
Well, they mix together. It's they go together.
I guess
It's
one
good.
more thing to comment on. Two more things to comment on. One of the little things that Eston has hooked up to his game console is shaped like a toilet. The little blue thing. That's the joke. It's a
Oh,
tiny little joke. Uh, and then, and then, finally, it is very, very, very difficult to make a room look messy in animation, or rather, very time consuming. This is nowhere near as messy as I
what
would
a
have wanted it
tale.
to be. It requires a lot of drawing.
I imagine
Yeah,
that's a lot of details
yeah.
to have. And I think yeah, this looks good. This
Thank you.
looks very messy and gross, especially his pillows. Pillows are fucking disgusting.
Yeah, yeah.
Uh,
Saliva. That's
that's
what
what
my
that is.
pillows look like a lot of
Yellow.
the time.
Oh, you should yeah, you should wash those. Yeah, I think that's the main thing we should leave our audience with. Wash your pillows, pillowcases. That is, we use pillowcases and wash them
Okay.
frequently. You lay your head on that thing for like 8 hours minimum, and I mean, you want that to be clean.
Yes.
There's your moral. All
Yes.
right, that's all I have to say.
Okay. Fantastic.
All right,
Oh,
so I'm gonna.
what?
Should we do a countdown? Oh, sorry. Yes.
One more glitch. The when he blinks, his eyebrows disappear. That was something I was never able to fix. You might not notice
Oh,
it because they're so light anyway.
it's not that noticeable.
Yeah.
I can't even see his eyebrows. Okay.
Next episode is what we're going to say next to pretend that we're going
All
into
right,
the next
I've
episode.
stopped.
Whoops.
We're back.
Yeah, we're back. This one was. This has nothing to do with current events. That would be. That's the obvious joke.
Well, yeah, don't force politics into it.
Yeah. No,
This is a fun cartoon.
yeah.
I like how it comes into focus.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, that was not actually to hide anything. For a second, I was like, "Oh, that was probably to hide some type of animation mistake," but no, that was
Yeah,
just because he has a shitty camera. That was the joke. I guess one problem
yeah.
with a contentious decision question is the resolution. That it's the resolution is made to be like low, like BloodThing's theoretical camera in real life, and it also like goes in
Uh-huh.
and out of focus. In the final one of these, I increased the saturation and like bumped up the sharpness so that at least you could see the pixels easier. It's less of a blur. I sort of regret not figuring that out. That was actually a note by you. When I showed you a tragedy, I guess is what it would be pronounced as.
Oh yeah.
I showed you that, and you're like, "That's not actually what it's going to look like, right?" And then I was like, "No." Unlike the other two, there's an HD version of this because I wanted to do that with the other ones, but the first one turned out really bad, the face reveal, and then the final one was so segmented and had a lot of production issues that I really couldn't do the release it in HD the way I wanted to. So there's an HD 16:9 version where you can just see past the background just fades out in each direction. I uploaded that as a joke, but more people have watched that version than this, which I guess thinking that either it's
You think there's
official
something
or
new?
not caring that it's bad because at least it looks better.
Yeah, I guess they didn't get the joke.
I mean, if this were me in real life, I probably would watch that version anyway. But that's because I'm a degenerate, and me and Kat have a lot of arguments about aspect ratios that we're saving for our debate stream coming up. That's what the
Yeah,
channel is
debate.
just going to be from now on.
It's going to be debates and different reviews of different kinds of sodas and comparisons.
For the longest time, there was going to be these two vlogs were going to be made into like a thing, where it was like in universe Oh God, an in-universe down the rabbit hole type series, where going over the harassment campaigns targeted at BloodThing because of his YouTube channel. It was sort of like going to be like a commentary on like the way people treat people on the internet. Like BloodThing would be subject to similar abuse that Chris Chan was.
Waiting for you to say Christian.
Yeah, that's what it is. Yeah, or Dark Side Phil or whatever. I never fully went on with the story. One, because I do a lot of these types of things to the point where there are more like episodes of the show that are like, I think maybe not all of them came out, but are like in universe, like TV shows or like vlogs or like live streams, than actual episodes of the show. And at some point I was like, maybe this is getting to be too much. I don't know if it's like, that's the kind of thing I like. I like, like this episode of Steven Universe where Ronaldo, where it's just an episode of Ronaldo's Keep Beach City Weird, like his internet show.
Yeah.
That was a good one.
Yeah.
I like that stuff. I like when it's like
a fun way to tell a story.
Yeah, and if the Simpsons weren't so up their ass about like structure or whatever, they could have done like many episodes that's just either Itchy and Scratchy or the Krusty Show. Like I think that would be awesome.
Yeah, they did the action hero.
Not Schwarzenegger. It's Rainier Wolfcastle.
Yeah, they did like a whole like thing. They did like a whole hidden little movie that's like split amongst episodes.
Oh yeah. Oh. Well, one thing that they did do, they won't do a Krusty episode, but one thing that they did do that's sort of inspired episodes like this episode of BloodThing is they do a parody of I think it's the 7-Up films. I don't know for sure, but it's like at the beginning of it, it's like a documentary, and the documentary host is like going to interviews Homer and all his friends when they're children, and then interviews them again when they're adults. This has nothing to do with BloodThing.
Right, yes. Let's get on topic.
Al Jean?
Yeah.
I'm just kidding. I'm not going to say anything.
Patty Jean Ham. I don't know. Yeah, I like the... Yeah, you know what? I keep thinking, yeah, this guy, he's adorable.
Oh, BloodThing?
I don't know how to fit that in, but he's cute. I like him.
BloodThing or Al Jean?
Yeah. You decide. No, it's BloodThing.
He has a nice voice. One sec.
I love the voice.
Yes, Al Jean's voice is who I was referring to.
Oh, goddamn.
So
BloodThing has a nice voice too.
Okay, so that's no one's name. That's no one's name that works on the show. That's gonna be bleeped out.
Yeah, bleep that.
Kitten.
Shit out. Cut that.
Gabby /Kitten Chew / whatever her current pseudonym is, because she has changed
Chocolate Thunder.
She's changed it several times over the 10 years that she's worked on stuff with me, so it gets confusing to keep track of. And that core drew some of the illustrations on the wall that are hung up next to the bed. I believe that core did the one where it's the monster thing with abs and a scepter of some sort, and then yeah, there's a continuity. I believe there's a continuity error here. BloodThing holding the stuffed animal, and the Takara in the fishnets. That is, I believe BloodThing took that photograph and brought it with him in the episode that hasn't been finished yet. But like in like part 5, he grabs it off the wall. I could be wrong. He grabs a photograph off the wall, and I thought it would have been that one. For anyone who doesn't know what that blue thing is, do you know what that blue thing is? Just so I can ask.
Blue thing that he's holding? Coupons?
No, the blue thing up in the top right corner.
I don't know. I guess I thought it was a window.
Okay, so I thank you for answering that, because that confirms that I did not do a good job of communicating what it is. So that's the tarp that was put over the hole that was blown into the wall in episode 2 during the air raid. I wish I had put more detail into it to make it obvious, and I've also had flapping sound effects, like sometimes when it's nearby, just very subtly, like the wind is sort of blowing through it.
Bass boost that.
I need to take a breath. Is there anything you would like to say?
I could definitely see it as a tarp now. Yeah, it's an interesting floral print. That looks like something that I had on my wall at my old house.
Yes. Leave It Blank.
Good.
Leave It Blank contributed that. That was based on her childhood home. She gave me a photograph of one of her walls. I don't know how she got that, but she
Fun.
gave me a photograph of one of her walls in it.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is actually very important to point out. Thank you. I've said this, and I've probably said this before, written this down before in commentaries, but obviously Tritney, I believe, did all of that herself. It's either Tritney or a combination of Tritney, that core and Kitten. One of them she did all herself, and one of them was like a team effort. But she drew all that herself. I said like, here's a photograph. You can simplify this if you want, and then she just drew the most intricate and overly detailed and beautiful, absolutely beautiful. Like it's the reason why I can waste so much time in the living room is that there's this much attention to detail in the backgrounds.
This much crafty fun on people. You hack.
Yeah, I wonder if that's why she. I don't mean this in like a bad way. I wonder if that's why she's isn't always available. Is because I immediately give her the hardest thing possible that I can do because she's like god tier illustrator. Me and Kitten, we're all in awe of her abilities. Every time she does something, she's done the wall texture. She's done the both of the shots with the wall, like the one where like everyone's sitting 10K Omega HD. She did the wall texture there. She did it here, and she did the sinking city at the beginning of episode 5. She did the crowd shot in episode 5, where like all the people are waiting in line at the transportational terminal.
Transportation's a good way to get around.
Okay, sorry. I thought it would be good to give credit.
No, it is good.
Okay.
Yeah, and she did a great job.
Yes. You can go ahead.
Yeah.
Say something so I can interrupt you immediately.
Yes. What else do I have to say? So this is a COVID. This is the first COVID episode.
Yes.
Or at least short.
Yes. This was Zach's idea. Zach had an idea to do something COVID related. I was very deep into working on parts of episode 5, and I didn't really have any ideas. Maybe I'll do like a vlog, and I had like a couple of like jokes and sentences. One of the first things I come up with was like, BloodThing, his coronavirus mask is the helmet of the possibly dead Kieran soldier that was with them during the air raid.
That's a great detail.
It was also Zach's idea to have them be Beatles. That was his whole idea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's all. Mm-hmm.
Okay, I got it. I remember where that sentence was leading. The face reveal vlog turned out very bad because I was trying to write a vlog, and I was writing it in paragraph form, like here's a paragraph of text, here's a paragraph of text, here's a paragraph of text, and then trying to like stitch it all together and make it sound natural, like a character is just speaking off the cuff. For this one, I was trying to get help. I couldn't get help with writing it, so for the first time ever, I decided to just like improv, and it actually turned out a lot better as a result of that because it allowed me to allowed the character to sound more naturalistic when they were talking, as opposed to like very stilted. Or
you think it would have been like too late to do like the jump cut thing? Or wait, does it do the jump cut thing? I wasn't.
It's all in camera for BloodThing. I don't think he has editing equipment.
Okay. It's like, I don't know. It might. I don't know if this is still a thing people do in vlogs, because I haven't watched any vlogs in a long time outside of like Vlog Brothers. But there's the jump cut, the jump cut's constant after every sentence.
Yeah. I try to do a lot of obnoxious editing with the president character because he's the quintessential bad YouTuber. Yeah. So I try to do like sound effects and jump cuts and zoom ins and stuff like that with him. Yeah. A funny thing that I realized is that BloodThing's phone is modeled after the Nokia N-Gage and does not physically have a camera on it. It doesn't have a camera on it, so there's no way he can be recording these.
Put that on the sin counter. Ding.
Ding. I have the easy button.
That was easy.
Hey! I'll end this one like they did the Rick and Morty episode recently. Where is it?
Oh yeah. We're not speaking. Anyway.
That is the genuine sound of an easy button. It does not.
It doesn't work.
It just doesn't work.
Okay.
I assure you, though. Oh my God, the batteries are fucked.
Don't touch that. Don't touch that. I'll just do my best impression. That was easy.
Okay, so here's a tiny detail. I don't know if this matters to anyone. But the smiley face with the like puffy shit coming out of its head. That was actually from all one BloodThing stuffed animal all the way back to the original pilot. Like that was in the original series. He had a collection of stuffed animals that he was going to talk to. Theodorable was the name of a teddy bear that he
That's
had.
cute.
That was like it had like a sad face on it. He would talk to them, and he can still theoretically do that, but I feel like I don't have a need for it because he can just talk to puddles. Like there's no reason for him to also talk to stuffed animals.
Yeah, I guess that's true. You get something you work out eventually.
Yeah, I was gonna say a joke that was gonna be in the original series that definitely would not be in this one. Was that BloodThing would like he would like there would be jokes where like the stuffed animals would try to tell him to hurt people. He's like, I don't want to do that. Like kind of a cliche. Probably got it from The Simpsons at some point. Okay, Sashir. We can talk about Sashir because
right. Yes. Yeah, that's on the list. I mean, that's something you thought of.
Sashir is mentioned by name in Blood for the first time. No, this is the second time. But Sashir is mentioned by name in this episode. For people in the future, this one is episode like 6, but the production of episode 5 was long and tumultuous, and this one aired in the middle of that. It's currently just on hiatus. Too big and daunting. So I'll come back to that later. Okay. Now you can talk. I just need to put that context.
So like your wall.
Yeah. So like your the famous line.
The famous
first line.
Iconic Sashir line that I said because I play that character.
Yes.
And others. Mainly that one. I'm glad I got to do that. It's fun. What else is there to say?
I guess there's
that's sort of why I'm here.
A
little bit because I'm part of it in that way. That's who I am.
If that commentary never happens for the episode 5, we can talk right now about the creation of her. In that she one thing that had to be changed about BloodThing, Eston, Puddles, Takara, and Sashir were all in the original version of BloodThing, but like the original pilot and stuff like that from like 2011. The original idea for Sashir was that she was their landlady, and she was a landlady that haunted people's houses. Like that, she haunted houses, and then she decided to rent out the houses. Little did I know how much we would come to like
landlords.
Rent seeking is not a good thing. Having a sympathetically portrayed landlord is the equivalent to having a sympathetically portrayed cop currently. So
doggy.
So yeah, now
that's right.
Yeah.
So she's not the landlady anymore.
No,
that's right. Okay.
I think we probably recorded the original episode with her. We recorded it all in full at once, even if the audio's not going to surface for several years. But under the assumption, I was like, fine, don't worry about it. It doesn't come up in the script. I'll just fix it later. And so currently, it's...
We're gonna have to re-record that at some point.
Oh no, it doesn't actually come up in the script that she's the.
Oh, okay. I thought it was. Well, I thought like your wall, she'd be responsible for fixing the wall.
So the current mythology is that she is that they live in like a co-op or a commune or something, and she's was like elected.
They elected her landlady.
They elected her landlady. I'm still working on it. I don't have anyone to help with this. I'm trying my best. It's like I don't want it to be slavery with extra steps, like the argument, the Rick and Morty thing. That just sounds like slavery with extra steps. But the idea, I guess, my current idea is that she's that they have an elected representative that represents their neighborhood, and every time they just elect her, and she's like, no, you guys, I'm not your landlady. We have to but people keep falling back on it just because it's easy, and that's like a source of frustration for her. But she's also trying to
comedy for us.
Yeah, and comedy for us. And she's trying to create a new path forward, but people are stuck in their ways enough that they just going back to the same thing is easy. And I guess that's the rub there for like a character.
I don't want to rub this character. Yeah, I feel like I should have already known all that, given that I'm her. but I'm glad I know, and now everybody knows.
Is that a
So I
spoiler?
guess it better be. No, this is a leak. This is an exclusive leak about what to expect.
These are ideas. These are trial by fire ideas for the episodes. I'm I'm pitching live in
Mhm.
front of a hostile audience, and they can tell me if I'm stupid or not.
Please let me out. He's keeping me here. Out. All
I'm
right.
keeping you here so you can say 2 words, and then I can go on a rant based on those 2 words.
Yeah, that's just how often he undoes the gag. Well, I think that's is that all we have to say about this?
Did we even talk that much about? Is there anything that he said that in the episode that's interesting?
Coupons. Um, yeah, a lot of good jokes about the woke left agenda we're putting in there,
Um,
and as well as a lot of like sort of our propaganda that we have to for the deep state NWOs globalist agenda.
oh, oh, I guess I was thinking the out of focus thing was a fix because I forgot. In these vlogs, when BloodThing glitches out, he's like, "Hello, everybody. This is your very own personal bloody buddy or something like that." That's to sew together 2 lines that just would not fit no matter how hard I slam them together. Uh, if you just have the camera glitch out for a couple seconds, that gives you enough that gives you enough leeway to allow the character to pause in the middle of a. I suppose.
Yeah, it works. We can turn out well. Yeah, I guess that's all. We
Yes.
didn't. We managed to scrub maybe like 3 minutes off of this
Yeah.
from last time, but yeah.
Goodbye.
Bye bye. See you soon.